Hey, James, I'm going to thank you, first of all, for showing some of those things because it's really fun to do these kinds of things and they're not that hard. And thanks for being patient on teaching me a few things this morning, too. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how you can use several different apps so you can use all their different functions to make something that you want for yourself. So, let's say that I know that I want to make like an overlay thing utilizing like that whole screen darkening or to where you can make it one color. So let's say that I kind of did that utilizing this morning by doing like cutouts and stuff like that. But let's say I want to utilize this picture, but it's kind of lighter, so I want it to show up a little bit bolder. So what I'm going to do first of all is I'm going to go in and I'm going to adjust all of the things in there right now on this picture just to kind of make it darker so it shows up a little bit better if I utilize one of those backgrounds. But the nice thing about that one feature that you were showing that kind of makes all of the pictures a solid color is it'll get rid of things like wrinkles and stuff like that, which is, for girls, it's really, really awesome. So anyway, so now I'm going to go over to Instagram and pretend like I'm going to make a story. So I'll hit on that and I'll go to that picture, which is already kind of dubbed a little bit. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller too, so then that way I can put text kind of on the left hand side, or I can cut out things too. Okay, and then let's say that I'm going to go in and I'm going to utilize the option that you had talked about for like backgrounds and stuff. So, and let's say I want to make it a little bit lighter. So I'm going to do that. And then I'll hold on here. Okay, so cool. See, I'm still there, but I'm a little bit darker and I'm showing up a little bit more because I went in and I adjusted my picture at a time. But let's say that I want to go in and do some cutting. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to screenshot this, not post it as a story yet, get rid of all this stuff at the bottom and just cut it out. And now I have a whole new canvas to work with all of the effects that I did on my Instagram. So I'll close out that thing. And so now I'm going to go into, let's say I'm going to go into, let's do live collage. And live collage is, I haven't even gotten into a whole lot of this, but because it's a newer app that I got, but I really like the photo editing. And it gives you the opportunity to kind of play around with things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose the picture that I want to be like the main picture in the background. So that's it, right? Okay. And so you can change the background of it if you want to and add in all kinds of little fun things. This one I think you have to pay for. I don't know. Yeah, it's downloading pack. No. Remove background. Okay, because I'm cheap and I'm not going to do anything with the background. I'll just cut and paste it because I'm going to screen shoot this again. Okay, so let's say that I want to cut out a picture of the Slim. Okay, so I can go clear over to here. And let's say that I want to cut out this picture, but I don't want all this white in the background. So what I can do is I can cut out this picture, okay? And then what it's going to do down at the bottom is it's going to, on the left, it shows you exactly what you cut out. On the right, it'll show you an option that like the computer automatically does, but look, it's cutting out a whole lot. So I'm going to use my option instead. All right, so there it is. So like if I wanted to, I could go over and like do this little kind of number. And I don't like that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to click on that and I'm just going to edit it because I think it looks really shabby. So this is saved into my pictures, right? So now let's say that I want to go and I want to find something on the web instead. So I'm going to say like Slim, or let's see, ID Life, Slim plus pictures. And maybe I can find one that has like a glass sitting next to it, which would be really, really cool. So I'll hit on images, see what comes up. The Blender Bottle one's kind of cool. Maybe I'll use that one. Okay, so what I'm going to do there is if I go to that site, sometimes you can get that. Okay, so I'll screen shoot that and cut that down a bit. All right, so that's done. Save the photos. So now you have a whole nother photo to work with. So I'm going to go back to my live collage, which I was still working on. It's still open. So I'm going to try to use that one as a cutout option. It's not coming up. So I have to probably go out. Sorry. There's quite a few extra steps. So like for a brand new person, if you're trying to kind of talk them through it, it's probably not the best option. But for like people with like us that really enjoy doing fun things. Okay, so here's our background again, and then I'm going to cut into this new picture. So I'm going to use this. I'm hoping that it allows this other feature. So let me see. I'm just going to start cutting, and I'm going to do it kind of bigger to show you. Maybe see now. Look, see how this one is so much better. So this is that part where it's the slim and the bottle. That's what's going to cut out. So watch this. Ding. There it is. And so then I can do this number. Okay, so like maybe my background should have been like pink or whatever, but this is just giving you an example of like what you can do. Okay, so then you can overlay that like that. And then let's say that there's another app that you want another option. Let's say that you want to go in and like make like a collage over that or something. So you can screen shoot that. And then you can do this again. So now I have a whole new picture to work with. I can save that to my photos. So then let's say that I go into, Motive. That's a really fun like picture kind of thing that I use a lot. And let's say that I want to tweak it a bit. And I like Motive because it makes a square that's the exact size for an Instagram post, which really is nice because then you can adjust like longer pictures to fit in there. So like, let me show you. So like if I tap that first one, if I tap that first option like I did, watch this. It's going to kind of cut some off, like because you can't really adjust it a whole lot. But with Motive, it gives you off. So like I could do that if I wanted to, which is actually kind of cool. I like that. I can get rid of backgrounds, or I could stick in a pink background, which would kind of help it adjust a little bit. So, and it would kind of add in. Okay, that's actually looking pretty good. So I like that. I'm going to keep that as an option. So I'll screen shoot that and stick that in my photos just in case I want to use it. That I want to show you something else that this does. Okay, so that portion is done. And that gives me an option later. I can add in all different kinds of words at different times, and it gives me an option to reuse that photo so I'm not like starting from scratch. Okay. And actually, this needs to go over a little bit. It needs to be blown up so that white is out of there because I don't like that. Okay, let's screen shoot that again because that's a better picture. Because I'll stick that in my arsenal for later. Okay, so there's like a nice basic picture done. Okay, so I'm going to save that to photos. So let's say that I want the whole big, long photo in there. What I can do is a couple of things, which I'm going to cancel that. Yeah, I'm going to go to Freestyle. And Freestyle gives me the option to be able to go in and adjust and layer. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Look at that. I can kind of do this. Let's do that. Okay, and then it kind of cuts it off there. And so then what I can do in here, I can go and say then like, you know, what is your daily afternoon go-to? And then I'm going to, I'll do it in black. And let's say I want to change like the different fonts. Yeah, I kind of like that. Okay. So then I can do this. And let's say that, oops, that's going to allow me to do that. I'll do this. All right, so, and I don't like this picture right here, so I'm going to get rid of that. Remove. I like the other one better. So I'm going to stick, this one in because it doesn't have that white line on it. Oh, but look, this one has a black one. It's all right. It's kind of cool. Okay, so that's kind of neat actually, because then it shows my face, doesn't show the wrinkles. I look better. I can still have all the highlighted pictures. And then let's say that I want a really cool, this is like my final picture that I want to use, but let's say that I want to use a really cool border and layer that around this picture, okay? Then what I can do, and that other app, the Live Collage, it has really cool borders that I like. So I'm going to go out of here and discard this. I'm going to go in and act like it's starting over. Let me close that out. I'll close this out because it'll open that back up for me picture-wise. And like I said, this isn't as straightforward as what, like you were saying, for like a brand new person messing around. It would drive them bonkers probably to do that. So anyway, let's go in and look at some borders and see. Let me see. There's backgrounds, effects, corners, cutout, borders. Okay, let's do borders and see what my options are. Oh, that's fun. And look, I can stick this in like this, or I can make it even smaller. That's kind of a fun one. So that's an option. And let's say that I kind of like that one. So I'll just screenshot it again and I'll save it. But let's say that I don't know if that's the one I want. So I can try out all different kinds of borders instead. Yeah, that one looks silly, so that's not an option. But I think you're getting the idea. Ooh, that's kind of cute. So let's say that I want that one or whatever. I'm not sure. I can take screenshots of different ones That way I have like lots of options later, you know, and it gives you, oh, that's kind of cute because it has the yellow in it. So anyway, I think you're getting the idea of like how that can be utilized in so many different ways. So let's say then I'm done with this. So I can just X that out, and then I don't have to post anything yet. I can still play with it if I want to. So, and granted, I've never spent this amount of time on anything like this, but this just gives you ideas. So let's say that you want to go in then and you can pull up that picture, and then you can still edit it yet again in Instagram. So like the original picture, I edit it in Instagram. Okay, so let's say that I want to do something like that, and then I can play around with the contrast again. Or if I wanted to, I could always go in and like choose to like make it black and white now. So I could do it that way if I wanted to. Or like I could have had like a black and white background and done like, you know, all of the slim stuff as color so it really pops out. So anyway, that's an example of how you can utilize several different apps and you can pop around. It takes a little bit of time, but it can make some really cool layers to stuff.